Hello and welcome to another episode of Colorful Finance. In this video we will explain what is an e-commerce platform. If you liked the video, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Now let's move on to the video. First, what does an e-commerce platform means? The definition of e-commerce is buying, selling and interacting over the internet. The four types include B2B, B2C, C2C and C2B. An e-commerce software platform is the location where both parties meet to conduct transactions. Come and play their role. Essentially, a consumer should be able to use an e-commerce platform to discover products, shop around using a cart and then check out. So what is the different types of e-commerce platforms? There are three main types of e-commerce platforms: SaaS, PaaS and on-premises. All three provide their solutions via the internet. SaaS and PaaS platforms have many similarities. Once they integrate a hardware component, PaaS platforms are known as IaaS platforms. However, a major difference is that these on-premise e-commerce solutions are hosted locally by the retailer rather than a provider and accessible from the cloud. PaaS and SaaS can be beneficial for smaller companies or ones that are just starting out. They offer professional setup and support, but they usually charge a monthly fee to use the site in addition to transaction fees on every purchase. On-premise platforms allow a company to have more control over their e-commerce site and create a customer experience that is catered to their specific needs. Some of the most popular e-commerce platforms used today are Shopify, BigCommerce, Magento, WooCommerce, Wix, BigCartel, Squarespace and Belusion. The most famous platforms for small business owners are Shopify, Squarespace, and WooCommerce. More advanced ones include Magento and BigCommerce. Website builders like Squarespace or Wix offer drop-down templates which are easy to use for retailers without much coding experience, while other platforms provide more complex-to-use back-ends. So how to choose an e-commerce platform from company's perspective? We have been trialing new platforms for some time now, including the most common platforms in the industry. We have found that we are able to get more out of our platform than what we considered possible. For instance, our GMV has increased by 15%. Larger brands with higher GMV will require more customizable platforms, whereas smaller brands might be able to get by with the standard services. So they might need a basic e-commerce platform with standard services at a lower cost. Some other criteria that you might need to consider are the search feature and payment options, among others. How the customers have to pay, what level of security they offer, and how the platform ties into a larger campaign. It's near impossible for any e-commerce platform to cover everything, so you should consider what it is that you really need from your provider. It's important to find a platform that is extensible enough to integrate with all of your other work and deliver on quality. Try to get a platform with plugins or add-ons so you can customize it for your specific needs, and even make it interact with other popular services like CMSs or enterprise resources. In order to make the difference. Important features that e-commerce platforms need to obtain. One important feature of e-commerce software is the ability to search products by entering keywords, as well as see all the items that are in their shopping cart. Shopping cart, search and payments are what enable customers to complete their online purchases in your e-commerce platform. You can choose the connection points for these three functions, so you don't have to do it all at once if you don't want. To start a successful e-commerce business, it is important to have features such as a database to store transaction and inventory information, customer support, and order management. A platform might also have security features and integrations to extend into new channels, so a brand should consider what features will help them meet their goals before picking an e-commerce platform. Features do vary from system to system, so a business should pinpoint the features they need before selecting an apparatus. So how companies create e-commerce platforms? If you're interested in a particular e-commerce platform, you'll go through the selection process first. Once you've chosen your provider, they will work with you to get it all set up. The platform provider will try to understand the e-commerce of a business and make sure the scenarios are captured, the site is attractive and that customers can do anything they'd like in the online store. To get the most out of their e-commerce platform, companies should do their research and choose a platform that best suits them. They should work closely with the solution consultants. Solution consultants can help a company understand how to get the most out of their e-commerce platform and what type of inbound integrations it makes sense for them. They will review all the features of the platform and make recommendations accordingly on how it will work best for each company. Company e-commerce platforms should be designed to either drive revenue or increase customer acquisition. Think about your company goals and target audience as you plan it out. They're also looking to expand their reach by building a real-world presence too. Whether they're based online or offline, they may actually be doing this for the ability to sell more and acquire new customers. And provide lead general and additional sales activities, rather than just driving direct purchases or fulfilling products for B2B companies. The different of companies' needs when using an e-commerce platform. Companies want to maintain a consistent brand image. This is why they need a platform tailored to their specific needs and the company's desired impact on revenue. A perfect example is GMV, gross main value. Businesses want to know how platforms will affect their business, and whether they will get a positive ROI or not. These three factors are common touchpoints when evaluating a potential partnership. Smaller businesses may decide not to use AI writers, but instead see if they can fulfill their customers' journey without the help of AI. Smaller companies are less likely to be looking for huge new heights, so they will be content with getting their methods up and running. Their goals are different from those of larger companies. Common mistakes that companies make with e-commerce softwares. Every company needs to have a solid SEO strategy. Many companies make the mistake of investing too little in this, not covering a very important element in the growth strategy. Other common mistakes often made are choosing the wrong platform. Not focusing on search engine optimization or having a poor product catalog. To prioritize speed over more robust features. With customization, there's a risk of extensive customizing that doesn't meet their need. It's a common mistake not to have a reliable security system in place. These days, all merchants need to be PCI compliant, and in some cases this can be forgotten or overlooked. Regulations are constantly being updated. Cultures and economies across Europe can vary in subtle differences, even though they are united by one common language. To avoid making mistakes or to ensure the success of your landing page, it's important to work with a partner who can provide you with thorough guidance and timely advice. This is especially important for businesses that need an e-commerce platform with sophisticated features, such as third-party payments. How did the e-commerce platform concept changed over time? E-commerce platforms were designed to reproduce the cyclical business of mail order line or telephone order buying. The cycle was incorporated into the online format, and now there are two pieces to one single order. Who is specific to a retailer, and the marketplace, which is made up of sites like Amazon and eBay. How did this change e-commerce? E-commerce platforms have transformed many businesses, as they are able to provide a greater variety of products, and also allow small businesses to grow with ease thanks to the evolution of technology. The future of e-commerce platforms. Every platform has its own limitations, and no two are going to be the same. You should evaluate all of your options before committing. The system is cost-effective, and has a high level of security. There are still some limitations that need to be considered. Fortunately, future developments will allow for improved B2B interactions as well as provide form fields for mobile commerce workflows. Going forward, one major e-commerce change has to do with the introduction of IoT devices and how these will work with existing platforms. For example, your car's dashboard could allow you to make purchases while driving. Everything is connected these days, so it's not hard to imagine that the next step for commerce will involve the Internet of Things, IoT. Voice and AR, VR could also play a major role in the future of e-commerce. The seller has access to a list of all the shopping carts in your account and can immediately see which cart is selling, how many orders are pending, how many orders have shipped, and what the next stage of fulfillment is. The fulfillment process works by taking orders that remain in the queue and shipping them out. The selling options vary based on what you're selling. That huge revolution of technology will surely transform to more complex and sophisticated e-commerce platforms. With that revolution grows supply and demand. With supply and demand we have an increased competition. Finally, an increased competition will result in better e-commerce platform. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed your time with us and subscribe to the channel for more content like this.